So starting with NIH, SNAP Award. So it's pretty common as well as pretty straightforward. So the unique elements is usually, or we only require one award line. And that's because we can commingle award authorizations as well as expenditures across multiple budget periods. One of the components of an NIH SNAP Award is that there's only one final financial report that's required at the end of the competitive segment. And so you'll only see one final financial report award task within Workday. And then NIH SNAP Awards are also unique in that they have automatic carryover between those budget periods, as well as competitive segments, so between those awards within Workday. Workday Award Setup, it starts with a new award setup request, establishes an award line, and then after that, there is supplement and extension modification requests that add funding and extend that existing award line, and then that final financial report task. Here's kind of the crosswalk. So before, if you're familiar, we had new funding actions that would establish a budget number. We would get that year one for that NIH SNAP award of funding, and we would set up the budget number, the start and end dates for that budget number for the full 5-year, usually 5-year competitive segment. And then what would happen is then we would get supplement funding actions after that for years 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for kind of a simple construction, and we would add those funds to your existing budget number. In Workday, it's a little bit different insofar as we'll get an award setup request similar to that new funding action. We establish the award as well as the award line itself where spending it happens for year one. And the change is that our award line start and end dates are equal to just that year one budget period. And then what happens is we will get supplement and extension modifications to add funding for years 2 through 5. And in each one of those, as part of each one of those modifications, we extend that end date based on that budget period. I have this NIH award, and what you'll see in the overview tab is going to be both the NIH sponsor, and then you'll see what's unique about these ones is you don't see a billing schedule. And that's because when you look in the billing and receivables tab, you see that this payment type is letter of credit. So all of our letter of credit awards, you'll see this in the billing and receivables, and you won't see a billing schedule. In a couple examples later, we'll see some that actually have billing schedules set up. The next is I want to look at the award line. So this is a single award line. So we have, for this award structure, right, we have this unique award number, which is the shell, more or less, and it houses all of these various award lines. And for an NIH award, an NIH SNAP award specifically, we only need to have one single award line. This has a start and end date that's related to the full competitive segment. And so, like I was referring to before, the old way when we had new and renewal funding actions and supplements, you were able to set up this award line or budget number in the past for the full competitive segment. Someone had asked something about how does the grant GR number relate to an award line? And it's a one-for-one relationship. So for when I say award line, I'm specifically referring to this grant work tag. And so this unique identifier is going to be essentially the prior state budget number. This is where all the expenditures are going to be related to this particular funding allocation. So you see this 737361, that's the amount of funding that has been allocated to this given award line for spend. You also have some billing amounts here, which means that letter of credit draws have been taking place as expenditures are posting. Another key point that I wanted to show is when you are in the award lines tab, and you come to this third section here, it brings you to kind of a different view. And one of the really important components of NIH SNAP awards is that they have automatic carry forward, as well as it has the SNAP designation and expanded authority. And to get within each of our award lines, we have award line special conditions. And you find and can look at what your special conditions are for one of your award lines or multiple award lines by clicking on this additional or related actions button here, the Twinkie, additional data, and view all. And what you'll see is that these are custom objects that that the FT team and Grant Award to Close team created for our different awards. And what you'll see here in this UW award line special conditions, it houses the important key components. So in this case, automatic carry forward, this SNAP designation here, and expanded authority. Quickly point out that if you don't see something listed here, so if there's no automatic carry forward, there's no expanded authority, there's no SNAP, it's all blank, that means that those conditions don't apply. So the only time that you may have automatic carry forward, you may have carry forward is subject to sponsor limitations, those would be listed here if that applies to your award. If it's not, that means that carry forward is restricted and that you don't have expanded authorities and it's not a SNAP award. Okay, so here's the award lines, like I was saying. That's how you get to these award line level special conditions. And I'll come back now to another key component is the award tasks. Award tasks here, and there's only one, and it's the final financial report, the SF425. It's for the whole period here. And I kind of just want to point out that you can equate basically your award tasks. They should be related to your award lines. And so you have a start date and an end date for this award task, 8/15/2021, 6/30/2026. When I come to this given award line, there's only one, thankfully, but you see that that aligns with the start and end dates. So really, when you're looking at your award tasks, the way that you kind of start grouping is based on the end date of that task. Usually has a correlation, or the start and end date will kind of outline the start and end dates for your award lines. And so basically you're going to include in your financial report all the award lines that are within this range, basically. This one's a really simple one, but you'll see it gets a little bit more hairy as we get through some other examples.
Hey Vince, I have one that is topical.
Okay.
And I think it touches on the difference between like SNAP budgets and other budgets that have that don't maybe have the carryover. So the question comes, so previously renewal budget numbers might be generated from year to year. Can we expect that the GR number will remain the same throughout the total award period?
Yeah, it's a good question. So it's really the reporting, the requirements from our sponsors really are going to dictate how we need to split up our awards. In this case, there's just a final report for this NIH SNAP award. And because carry forward is automatic and there's only one final report due at the end, we can smush it all together. And so you only need to have one award line in this case. The next example that I'll show, you have multiple award lines because of the reporting requirements. And so the award tasks and the award requirements, whether it be a final financial report, final invoices, that's really going to dictate how you have to split up your award allocations and how many award lines you may need. Okay, on kind of a related note, so this is an example of a converted award where we set up the start and end dates of this award line equal to the competitive segment, and it aligns with the start and end dates of the financial report. The new way for any new NIH SNAP awards or similar sponsors, what'll happen is we'll get year one, we'll set up the award line just for year one because we've only received the year one allocations or approvals from NIH. And what'll happen is sometimes we know that there are delays in funding. And so if you are trying to decide, do I submit a temporary internal extension mod, or do I submit a request for an advance award line? And really the underpinning of it is it has to do with the SNAP designation and the reporting requirements. So pretty simply, if you have a SNAP award, you'll just need to request a temporary internal extension. Because if you're waiting for year 2 or year 3 or year 4 or year 5 of that competitive segment, and it's just a timing issue, you can request that temporary internal extension so we can kick out the end date of your award line. You can keep spending and keep putting on different expenditures, whether it be payroll or supplies, whatever you need. And then once that funding comes in, what will happen is we will add an additional amount of funding to your award line based on your expectations or your requests from that SAGE budget. We'll update the end date to another year, and then we'll also update the end date for the award task and kick it out another year. And so we're going to continue to see these both supplement and extension mods will supplement and extend an existing award line.